how do we balance it all as a full-time working mother? I have three kids, 11, 7, and 4, so they're very young, and I work between 40 and 80 hours a week. Now, if it's of any clue to you, the brown spots on this plant behind me will tell you that I don't always successfully balance it all, but I try. And I get this question a lot when I speak at conferences, and people always, one of the questions would be, how do you do it? And I don't do it all the time, but I do try and balance things between family and work, but also giving time to myself, because people always say if the mother is not happy, the family and the children will not be happy. So I have come up with, I thought about this question a lot because I get this, and every time at conferences, I find myself giving different answers to people. And I think it's not that they're different, it's that they use different strategies at different times. So today I'm going to try and summarize all these for you, and I'm going to give you 6 different strategies that I have used to try and keep balance at home. And I want to do this. I want to continue working. I find that I have to keep finding these strategies to balance life because I want to keep working. I love my job, and I want my children to have a role model for a working mom. I don't want them to see a working mom that is unhappy at home. I want my daughter especially to see that it is so possible for a woman to have a career and to manage her family. So here we go. 6 main strategies for trying to maintain a work-life balance as a full-time working mother. So strategy number 1 is to be super organized. So what I do, I do all sorts of things to get organized. Being super organized encompasses doing a few different things, and one of these things is called the attention economy. So attention economy is where you pay attention to something for far too long and it sucks up your energy. For example, if I get an invitation from one of the kids' friends for a birthday party, I will immediately attend to it so that I don't look at it today, and then I find that I put it down, I forget about it, and 1 week later I either forget about it, I forget to RSVP, or I forget to buy a present for the kid to take to the party, or I haven't organized for anyone for this kid to go to the party, or I totally have forgotten about the party and my child misses it. So that rarely happens in my household because I immediately attend to the birthday invite. When I get a birthday invitation, when I see a birthday invitation, I immediately, number 1, reply to the parent to say whether or not we can or cannot go. And when we can go, I immediately input it into my calendar. I will put in the birthday, whose birthday it is, the address, and the parent's phone number. And then I will share this calendar with the father of my kids so that he is aware of. So that's one example of being super organized. Another example would be when I'm organizing my own kids' birthday parties. I have decided a long time ago that I enjoy organizing my kids' birthday parties, even though they are there's such a lot of work, but I enjoy it as a process because for me it's a creative process that is outside of work. I see it as leisure. Plus, I want to create memories for my kids. So with my kids' birthday parties, though, I find that I cannot be like other mothers who plan things, 1 week or 2 weeks before a birthday party. For me, and this may sound ridiculous, but I plan my kids' birthday parties 6 months to 1 year in advance. What I mean by this is 6 months to 1 year in advance, I have already started researching themes for their birthday parties. So for example, my eldest, he's had a ninja party, or what else? He's a dinosaur party. He's had a glow in the dark party, a pool party, a carnival party, and my girl has had, she's had This year she wanted a messy art party. Last year she had a cooking party. So for all of these parties, I've researched it well in advance. I know exactly what we're going to do, activity by activity. I know that's just me. I know what to buy, what party favors to give out. I know what the decorations will be, and they will all already be purchased, sitting in a box months before the parties happen. Even the invitations are designed, so I like designing invitations. I've designed it, cut it out, have it all prepared, and about 3 weeks before the party we send out the invitations. But everything else would have been ready except for the cake and the food, but they have also already been planned. So that's being organized. My technique number 2 for trying to balance a work-life balance is to streamline meals and to have meal plans. So I have adapted and changed a lot this technique. So I've gone from having a weekly timetable of what I want to cook for the week, and every day would be different. But then I've also tried doing like a set canteen type of meal. Every Monday we're having sausages. Every Tuesday we're having spaghetti bolognese. Every Wednesday we're having that didn't work for me so much because I like variety in my food, and I couldn't eat the same thing every Monday or every Tuesday or every Wednesday. You know what I mean? So that didn't really work, but it worked as in I know exactly what to buy with groceries. So I don't go to the grocery shop every single day or every other day. I only go to the supermarket once a week, and I do an online grocery shop, and they all get delivered to me in my doorstep, and all I have to do is to cook it. And sometimes I cook 2 or 3 meals in advance so that I don't have to cook every single day. So let me give you an example of some of these meal plans that I had in mind. For example, if I'm making mincemeat today, instead of making mincemeat today and mincemeat on, say, Friday, and then mincemeat again next Wednesday, I just make a big batch of mincemeat with tomato sauce, for example. So instead of making 300 grams, cooking just 300 grams at multiple times, I just cook 1.5 kilos of mincemeat in tomato sauce, and that will be my sauce for bolognese one day. And then I freeze the others in small batches, and one batch would be for Taco Tuesday, another batch would be for shepherd's pie, for example, and another batch could be used for in a wrap for lunch boxes. The same thing with roast chicken. If I make 1 roast chicken in the oven, I might as well make 2 roast chickens. And the leftovers, I would make chicken pie one day, and then I can make a chicken sandwich for lunch boxes, and I could use the chicken in a Caesar salad, or I can use it in a pasta for another day. So I find myself not having to clean up as much. I don't have to think and plan so much. But again, that's the attention economy. You don't have to give your attention to things that can be automated. So that's strategy number 2. Now, if you found my tips and strategies helpful, I would most appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, and you put some comments in the comments box below to let me know that you're finding these helpful, so that I can create more of these for you. But it also motivates me to want to make some more new videos. Thanks very much for that. So let's go to strategy number 3. So number 3 is to prioritize what's important. So I used to be I'm a clean and tidy freak. If you so much as to take a book out on my bookshelf, I would know it, because when you put it back, I can see that it's not aligned with the other books, or you haven't placed it back because my books are arranged either in colors or according to the spine colors, or in accordance to from the big books down to the small books. So I'm very tidy and clean. But since having kids, I find that I can, and working full time, I find that I would usually get really erratic or crazy when things are not in place. But I have to prioritize what's important now. For example, I used to mop the floor every single day, but I find that with one kid it gets difficult, two kids it gets a little bit more difficult, and having three kids and working full time with the height of my career, it is almost impossible to mop the floor every day. So what I do is I do not mop the floor every day. So what I do instead, I wear slippers around the house when the floor is sticky and I don't have time to mop the floor. So things like that, people say, when I say this to my friends, and my friends say, oh, I can't do that, I need to mop the floor. But really, you have to choose what's important in life sometimes. And for me, I'd rather use that time reading to my kids, snuggling on the couch, reading together, or even just chilling, watching a small TV series with them. Another example I can give you is where the kids are really messy, and whenever I come home from work, I get my brain goes off in a crazy way, because I look at their bedroom. I step into the bedroom, and there is literally no space to walk on the floor, toys everywhere, clothes on the floor, books spread everywhere, not on their shelves. And now what I do is I've decided that I don't want to yell at them for doing that, especially after coming home from work, because I don't want them to see the stressed mom coming home from work. I wanted them to be able to see that this mom is enjoying her work, and she comes back and she's enjoying her family. So I decided, I'm not going to yell. So what I do is I don't go into their bedrooms. I come in and I go into the door, I go into the bedroom, and I shut the door, so I close my eyes as I shut the door, so I don't even see the mess. Then when it comes to reading to them at night, I say to them, can you please bring your favorite book that you want me to read to you tonight, and we'll read in the lounge instead. Then I give them hugs and kisses in the lounge, and they go to their bedrooms. And then in the weekends, when I'm in that frame of mind, we will all clean together or tidy up together. And then they will say tidy over the weekend when I'm at home. And then on Monday it can go crazy again. So that's how I try to manage the craziness in my house without being overly bitchy about it. Okay, strategy number 4. I have never been very good at asking for help, but I once heard someone say to me, who do you think you are, who is so special and extraordinary that you don't need help, that you're not like the rest of us? And then I heard another person say that, how you feel really good when you've managed to help someone, so people will feel the same way if they can help you. So you are giving them a blessing, you are blessing them, or you're giving them an opportunity to feel good by helping you. So that changed my perspective on things entirely. And now when people say, can I take your kids for the weekend, and I say yes please. So I've got a friend who who loves kids, and she doesn't mind taking the kids for a weekend. In fact, whenever she feels down, she would ask if she could have one or two or three of the kids for the weekend, and I would most often say yes if we're not doing anything as a family. And that gives me time to do whatever I need to do, either for the house, or cook a big batch of meals, or pack up my suitcase to go away, or just be with myself to read a book. So say yes to help, but also ask for help, right? If no one is offering, you can always ask, and people feel good when you ask for their help, because they feel that they can help. And sometimes people want to help, but they don't know what you need. So ask for help. I always ask people to, are you able to I say things like, can we come and play with your dog, because we don't have a dogs and the kids love dogs. So I ask people if we can come and play with their dogs, and that often usually ends up with me being able to catch up with my friends as well, and we'll have a glass of wine while the kids play with his or her dog. apart from saying yes to help and asking for help, also pay for help. So for some period in time where I really literally didn't have time to clean the house, I just hired a cleaner to come and clean the house. So instead of spending 4 hours on a Saturday morning cleaning a house and feeling really grumpy about it, I bring in a cleaner for 2 hours. So two cleaners for 2 hours, $60 a week or a per clean, and you can do it once a week or once a fortnight for a more deep clean. Two cleaners will come out and they will finish cleaning the entire house in 2 hours. So I usually get them in on a weekday when I am either working in my office, so that I'm not in their way and the kids are in school and not in their cleaner's way, so that they can get it done quicker and faster. And they are not coming in the weekend because we want to be out and about in the weekend. That's why we got a cleaner in, so we can go out and have picnics and walks. So, accept help, ask for help, and pay for help when you can afford it. I don't have an au pair, I don't have a nanny, I don't have a babysitter, I don't have a mother or sisters. So I need to either ask for the help or pay for help whenever I can. The last strategy is to combine passion with parenting. What I mean by this is, often as a full-time working mother, you work and then you parent, but where is the time for you? And this is important because at the start, I think after I delivered the third child, and before this, I really struggle finding time to be Catherine. I lost my identity as a woman, as myself. I was a mother, I was this professor at the university, but I didn't have time to be Catherine. So now I'm really conscious about that, and I want to find time to do the things that I love and try and combine it with parenting. So for example, when I take the kids out for a picnic, we go to a stream, a river, and they play, between themselves, the three of them, they play by the river, but I will have my book in hand on the picnic rug and I will be reading, but I will also be talking to them or listening to them, or when they want to come and show me something, I can. So I can also give them attention. So I'm being with them, but I'm also getting to be out in nature, which is what I love, and I get to read. Sometimes I get to read a lot, sometimes I get to read one page, but it's these moments of creating pockets of time for yourself that counts. I love my morning lattes and coffees, so sometimes when I go and take my kids, when I walk them into school, I stop at my local coffee shop and get a coffee and enjoy that. So I don't buy coffee every day, and I take this as little luxuries of happiness, these little moments of happiness. So when I take my kids to school, I associate it with a nice hot latte, and those two memories together will, I think, see me through difficult times when I look back and say, was I not a good mother? And I was like, yes, I was a good mother. I did walk my kids to school, and I will remember that as tender moments rather than rush moments where I only did things for my kids and not for myself. Another thing I do is, like, I like rock climbing. So when I go rock climbing, I take one of the kids with me. I have taken two kids before, but that was a bit too much. So I take one kid, and Raika, my girl, my middle 7-year-old, she loves rock climbing. So she has come with me before, and she sees me in my elements. She sees me tackling these walls. So she sees me with my friends. She sees who my friends are and what they're like, and she interacts with my friends. So I think it's good education for her as well as me getting to spend time with her. You may choose your own passion. It could be, if you like to cook, you could cook with the kids. If you like creating birthday parties, for example, I like doing that. So before I was grumpy because it was a lot of work, but then I decided that I actually do enjoy the process. So now I don't grumble about it. I accept it and embrace it and say, who are you kidding? You love doing this, and I do it together now. As my kids get older, they become part of the process and they participate in the process. They create together with me as well, and those will be memories for them to come. So okay guys, so those are my 6 strategies to try and balance things for you, for yourself, so that you can become a happier mom. I hope that those are helpful for you. Now if you like the content that I'm creating, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be trying to create more content for you. I'll try and do that once a week, if not more, but I need your thumbs up to keep me going. And if you have any comments, don't text it to me. Some of you have been texting your messages to me, but if you leave your comments in here, it will provide me a platform to collect everybody's comments and feedback and work on them. It's an easier one channel for me rather than referring to this channel and on my phone and my email. So if you could do that, thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!